Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Unit 8 Universe and Space Science. Students, in this lesson we are going to discuss about introduction of universe, rockets, parts of rockets, types of propellants, India space program and Chandrayaan-1. Let us move. Students, have you ever watched the clear sky in the night? Yes, we will be delighted when we see the countless number of stars and the beautiful moon in the sky, isn't it? Yes. The science deals with the study of stars and planets and their motion, their position and composition. This is nothing but astronomy. What is astronomy? The science deals with the study of what are they? Stars, planets and motion of their position and composition. That is called astronomy. The star, the planets and moon and many other objects are called asteroids and comets in the clear sky are called celestial body. Celestial body is nothing but what are they? Star, planets, moon and comets in the sky are called celestial object. These celestial bodies like star, planet, satellite like that. The sun and the celestial bodies which revolve around it from the solar system. So, what are celestial bodies? Celestial bodies is nothing but the sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. They are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light which they emit in large amount. These celestial bodies are called star. So, star emits their own light. For example, sun also one of the star. The sun emits their own source. These celestial bodies are called star. The sun is one of the star. Do you follow, students? So, celestial body is nothing but what are they? Stars, planets, moon and other objects like asteroids, comets like that. These are the celestial bodies. Next, astronomy. Astronomy is nothing but the word derived from the Greek word astron. The astron meaning is star. Nomi meaning is nomos means law or culture. So, astronomy is a law or culture of stars. Astronomy is nothing but law or culture of stars. So, astronomy is a natural science that is the study of celestial objects. Celestial objects like planets, stars, moons, nebulae and galaxies. The physics, chemistry, mathematics of evolution of such objects outside the Earth's atmosphere. So, astronomy is nothing but law culture of star. So this is a natural science. This astronomy deals with the study of celestial objects. Right? The distance from the earth to the sun is 1 astronomical unit. So define astronomical unit. The astronomical unit is nothing but the distance between where and where? Earth to sun. The distance between sun and earth is 1.496 into 10 to the power of 11 meter. In our higher classes, we will study about this astronomical unit detailing. Right? The astronomical unit helps to make the vast distance in our solar system more manageable. Anything closer than the earth fractions of an astronomical unit. Anything further away is a multiple of an astronomical unit. So closer means fraction, that is a division. Further means multiplication. Like this astronomical unit. Right. Next, galaxy. Galaxy is nothing but a collection of billions of stars held together by mutual attraction, that is called galaxies. Galaxy is nothing but a combination of stars. So our sun belongs to a galaxy called Milky Way. So the sun is belongs to a galaxy that is called a Milky Way. What is galaxy? The galaxy is nothing but massive system of stars, dust and gas held together by gravity are called galaxy. So shapes and size of galaxy, that is spiral in shape. So that is a Milky Way. Elliptical shape, that is a oval shape. Irregular, no apparent shape. These are the types of shapes occurs in a galaxy. Galaxy some contain billions of stars. So they are introduced one theory that about galaxy, that is Big Bang theory. 14 billion years ago the universe was the size of a tiny point that was extremely hot. It began to expand rapidly, and after several hundred thousands years it cooled and hydrogen and helium atom began to form. So solar system is about 4.5 billion years old. So then only we get these stars and like that. So this is a long process, right? So how many years? 4.5 billion years old. Which one? Our solar system, right? So our solar system is nothing but the stars and the galaxy are the constituents of the universe, right? So our sun belongs to the galaxy called Milky Way. So billions of such galaxies form the universe. So universe is nothing but it is a universe. Matter is not homogeneously distributed, but on the contrary it is concentrated in certain areas forming galaxies, which form large groups called galaxy cluster. Among these areas, there are huge voids or empty spaces provided. This is an empty space, this is a galaxy. So galaxy is nothing but combination of the stars. So this is the galaxy cluster. Galaxy cluster is nothing but form a large groups, that is called a galaxy cluster. Among these areas, there are huge voids or empty spaces is provided. So this is Milky Way. So Milky Way is nothing but our sun belongs to a galaxy that is called Milky Way. Okay students, did you understand about galaxy, Milky Way like that? Yes. So in the recent years, many countries are showing interest to explore the space, and they are sending manned and unmanned rocket to the moon and other planets. For what purpose? For analyze the moon and other planets, right? So our country also has launched a number of rockets into the space and achieved a lot in space research. So students, in this lesson we are going to discuss about launching of rocket, types of rocket fuel, Indian space research programs like that. The first topic is rockets. Rocket. The universe is a great mystery to all of us, isn't it? Yes. Our mind always tries to know about the space around us. So understanding the space will be helpful to us in many ways. So space research provide information to understand the environment of the earth and the changing the climate and weather on the earth. So this space research is provide what are they? Information of about climate, weather condition and changing the climate like that. Exploring the space will help us to answer many of the challenges we are facing these days. So the discovery of a rocket has opened a small portion of the universe to us, right? So the discovery of rocket is help to analyze the universe. Rocket help us to launch space probe to explore the planets in the solar system. They are also help us to launch space-based telescope to explore the universe. Students, our country has effective rocket technology and has applied it successfully to provide so many space service globally, isn't it? Yes. So let us see how the rocket is works and what are the parts is present in rocket like that. First one, parts of a rocket. So this is the external parts of the rocket. This is the internal parts of the rocket. A rocket is a space vehicle with a very powerful engine designed to carry people or equipment beyond the earth and out into the space. So this is a rocket, this is a satellite. So rocket carry the satellite, right? The satellite only detect the environment or like that about the other planet. So a rocket have four major parts like structural system, payload system, and guidance system. Next one, propulsion system. These are the four parts. What are they? Structure system, payload system, guidance system, propulsion system. These are the important four major parts of rocket. Let us discuss one by one. First, structural system. So the structural system is the frame that covers the rocket. So this is a structural system, that is a frame, right? It is made up of very strong but lightweight material like a titanium or aluminum. So the structural system is made up of the material is titanium or aluminum. So already I told about this structure of a rocket and aeroplane like that, right? So the rocket is made up of which material? Aluminum or titanium. Pins are attached to some rockets at the bottom of the frame to provide stability during the flight. So here only pins attached, right? So at the bottom of the rocket. So these only provide stability during the flight. So this is the important one. So what is structural system? Structural is nothing but this is a cover of rocket, right? The frame of the rocket. So that structural system is made up of aluminum material. It provides the stability during the flight. So because the pin is present at the bottom of the frame, right? Next, payload system. Payload is the object that is a satellite is carrying into the orbit. So where the satellite is placed at the payload, right? Payload depends on the rocket mission. So the rocket are modified to launch a satellite with a wide range of missions like communication, weather monitoring, spying, planetary, like that. Special rockets are also developed to launch people into the Earth orbit and onto the surface of the moon. So, payload system. See the picture. This is a payload system. This is a nose cone, right? So the payload system depends on the rocket motion. This is one of the satellite, right? This payload system is a mission like communication, weather monitoring, like that. So this process is takes place depending upon their payload, right? Next, guidance system. Guidance system is nothing but the rocket, it's in path. That is a guidance system. So this is vernier rocket. This is a clambered nozzle, right? So that is a space shuttle. This is Atlas. Guidance system guides the rocket in its path. So it may include sensor, onboard computer, radars, and communication equipments. So who guides the system? Yes, our scientist. So through, yes, computer, radar, communication equipments like that, then only the rocket will move without man. So who operate that? Our scientists behind of this project, right? Next to propulsion system. Propulsion system is nothing but takes up most of the space in a rocket. It consists of a fuel, that is a very important one, right? Propellant system. This is a propellant tank. The tank contain fuel, right? So the fuel is nothing but propellant tanks, pump and combustion chamber presence here. There are two main types of propulsion system is there. I will explain one by one. So propulsion system is a main thing for working of this rocket. So working fluid is a hot rocket exhaust. This is a bottom of the bottom part of this rocket. Here only the propellant is present. Do you understand, students? Let us discuss types of propellant. This is a rocket propulsion. So already we discussed about these parts. What are the parts? Yes, structural system, payload system, guidance system, and then propulsion system, right? So this is a payload, this is a propellant. Here only the fuel is present, right? So we have two types of propellant. One is liquid propellant, another one is solid propellant. Liquid propellant is nothing but the fuel is in the form of liquid. That type of rocket have a liquid propellant. Here the fuel is in the form of solid. So this type of rocket have a solid propellant, right? Liquid propellant and solid propellant. Here fuel is which one? Liquid. Where the fuel is attached? At the propulsion system. This is a propulsion system, right? Right. Solid fuel in this solid propellant, right? So this is a liquid oxidizer, this is pump, this is combustion chamber. So all processes are same, both propellant, but the fuel only different. So solid propellant is nothing but the combustion chamber carries the fuel and oxidizer mixed together in a solid state. That type of propellant is called solid propellant rocket. Right? This is a fuel oxidizer, this is a igniter, this is a hot gas. Students, I will explain how the rocket will move, right? Wait. This is a liquid propellant rocket. So liquid propellant rocket is nothing but the pump forces fuel and oxidizer from their tank into the combustion chamber. So the fuel is fuel. So this is a pump. The pump pushes the fuel. What will happen? The fuel is goes to that fuel tank. Right. So liquid propellant is nothing but, which one is a fuel? Right, liquid. So liquid propellant, fuel and oxidizer are combined in a combustion chamber. This is a combustion chamber. So here fuel and oxidizer, this is a fuel tank, this is a oxidizer tank, both are combined in a combustion chamber. So where they burn and come out from the base of the rocket with a great force. This is one of the nozzle, right? So here the liquid propellant is combust, very combust, right? So it have a very high pressure. When the nozzle will open, what will happen? This is a small size in hole, right? So at that time the high pressure gas releases very fastly. So then only the rocket is moves forward direction. This is a working method for rocket. Do you understand, students? So when they burn, what will happen? The gas come out from the base of the rocket with a great force. So liquid hydrogen is nothing but hydrogen and ethyl alcohol are in the liquid fuel. So this is a hydrogen, this is a hydrogen peroxide, so fuming nitric acid and oxygen, ozone, these are the some of the oxidizer is nothing but oxygen, ozone, hydrogen peroxide and fuming nitric acid. So this is a fuming nitric acid. This fuming nitric acid is act as a oxidizer. This is a liquid hydrogen. The liquid hydrogen is used as a fuel in a liquid form. These both are combined in the combustion chamber. So when burn the nozzle, what will happen? So the combustion chamber is releases the gases. At the time the rocket will move. Solid propellant rocket. So here the propellant is a solid, right? So in a solid rocket propellant, fuel and oxidizer compound are already in combined because this is a solid state, right? So when they are ignited, they burn and produce heat energy. Combustion of solid propellant cannot be stopped once it is ignited. So it follows continuously, right? Solid fuel used in rocket or polythreanes and polybutatenes, and chlorate salt are used as oxidizer. So what are they? Solid fuel, polyurethanes or butatenes. Oxidize is a chlorate. So both are combined and form the solid propellant. So when this is burned, what will happen? It produces heat energy, right? So once it produces heat energy means it does not stop the air state, right? It emit a number of gases, right? So then only the rocket will move. Do you understand, students? Next propellant is cryogenic propellants. So cryogenic is nothing but combination of cryogenic fuel and oxidizer. So the combustion chamber contain oxidizer and one of the propellants. It may be solid, liquid or cryogenic. Cryogenic fuel storage at extremely low temperature in a liquid state such as liquid hydrogen. So this is liquid hydrogen, this is liquid oxygen. Storage of propellant is a difficult task. See this type of fuel, the fuel and oxidizer are both are liquefied gas. So this is liquid, this is also liquid. This is act as oxidizer, this is act as a propellant. Right? These fuel do not need any ignition system. They react on mixing and start their own flame. Do you understood? So this is because here there is no burning stage is there. So it automatically react and there releases the own heating effect. Then only it releases enormous amount of gas from this nozzle. Then only the rocket will be moved. Do you follow, students? So these are the types of propellants. What are the propellants are used in rocket? Solid propellant, liquid propellant and cryogenic propellants. So this is a cryogenic fuel chamber. This is engine, this is a warm liquid, this is a cold liquid. So one is act as a propellant, another one is act as a oxidizer. Both are combined in a combustion chamber automatically. Right? It ignited one. So then only it releases gas and then when the nozzle is open it releases the gas. Then only the rocket will move. See that this is a fuel tank, this is a oxidizer tank. How they are mixed? So fuel pump is pushed to the fuel tank and fuel inject this fuel. Similarly the oxidizer inject the oxidation agent. Both are mixed together, so automatically it burns, right? Then it releases the gas through this nozzle. Do you follow, students? Okay, students, I will explain how our rocket is moves, right? So students, we know that parts of rocket and the types of propellants. What are the parts is there? A structural system, payload system and then propellant system, right? So the propellant system containing fuel, right? So in the form of liquid or solid or a cryogenic fuel and oxidizer, both are combined in this combustion chamber. So when it burns, it releases enormous amount of gases, flows this nozzle, right? How much amount of gases releases from this rocket, that much amount of speed is gives the environment to this rocket. Then only the rocket will move forward. So the rocket works on the principle of Newton's third law. What is Newton's third law? Every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. How much amount of pressure is releases, that much amount of force is used to run this rocket. Do you understand, student? This is the method for working a rocket. Next we move to the Indian space program. Students, after independence, India initiated space research activities. So, in 1969, Indian Space Research Organization was formed with objectives of developing space technology and its application for different needs of the nation. So, when is ISRO formed? 15th August 1969. So January 1st, 1962, Indian National Committee for Space Research formed by the Department of Atomic Energy. November 21st, 1963, first sounding rocket launched from Terls. January 1st, 1965, Space Science and Technology Center established in Dumba. January 1st, 1967, satellite telecommunication earth station set up at Ahmedabad. In August 15th, 1969, ISRO formed under Department of Atomic Energy. So this ISRO is used to developing the space technology, right? So the first ever satellite Aryabhata was launched in April 1975. This is the India's first satellite, which on Aryabhata. India has achieved a lot in space program equal to that of developed nations. Students, do you know who is he? Yes, the great Indian astronomer Rakesh Sharma. Right? Rakesh Sharma is an Indian pilot from Punjab, was selected as a cosmonaut in a joint space program between India and Soviet Russia and became the first Indian to enter into the space on 2nd April 1984. So he is the first Indian to enter the space. In which year? 1984. Do you follow, students? So ISRO made India proud by making a world record of launching 104 satellites in a single mission. So this is one of a great record, right? So ISRO launched over 200 Forging satellite into orbit. ISRO launched Cartosat 2 series satellite using PSLV C-38. These are the achievement of forming ISRO. Next, we move to Chandrayaan-1. So, our country launched a satellite Chandrayaan-1. That meaning is moon vehicle. What is the another name of Chandrayaan-1? Moon vehicle. So, this Chandrayaan is launched on the year 2008. Right? So, this Chandrayaan is used to study about the moon. So, the spacecraft carries 11 scientific instruments, payloads built in India, USA, UK, Germany, Sweden and Bulgaria. The mission was a major boost to India's space program as India's research and developed its own technology in order to explore the moon. The vehicle was successfully inserted into lunar orbit on 8th November 2008. India, the fourth country to place its flag on the moon. So this is a very proud of us, right? Students, it was launched from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharihota, Andhra Pradesh with the help of PSLV. So Chandrayaan-1 as a spacecraft was orbiting around the moon at the height of 100 km from the lunar surface. Right? So it collected the chemical, the mineralogical and the geological information about the moon. So Chandrayaan used to collect the information from the moon. So what are they? It collect the mineralogical and geological chemical information. This mission was the major boost for the Indian space program and helped to develop its own technology to explore the moon. Chandrayaan-1 was operated for 312 days and achieved 95% of its objectives. How many days it works? 312 days. So achieved 95% of its objectives. The scientists lost their communication with the spacecraft on 28th August 2009. So on successful completion of all the major activities, the mission was concluded. So this is a Chandrayaan. The Chandrayaan is used to collect the chemical and mineralogical and geological information about this moon. Right? The Chandrayaan is works how many days? 312 days and achieved 95% of its objectives. Do you follow, students? So the objectives of Chandrayaan is place an unmanned spacecraft in polar orbit around the moon. So Chandrayaan is a unmanned satellite. Conduct mineralogical and chemical mapping of the entire lunar surface, that is 95% it's achieved. So upgrade technological base for future planetary mission. So this is a lunar polar orbit at 100 kilometers circular launched by Indian PSLV XL. The timeline is October 22, 2008 to August 29, 2009. So around 312 days. Next, spacecraft of Chandrayaan. Basic architecture derived from the IRS satellite bus spacecraft mass is 1380 kg. A single solar panel generator 700 watt power. On-board liquid engine with 440 Newton performed orbit raising maneuvers. 11 science instrument, that is ISRO 5, NASA 2, ESA 3, Bulgaria 1. These are the mission of Chandrayaan-1. Let us see objectives of Chandrayaan-1. To design, develop, launch and orbit a spacecraft around the moon using an Indian-made launch vehicle. It conducts scientific experiment using instrument on board the spacecraft which will yield the following result. One is preparation of a high resolution 3D atlas of the lunar surface. So it searches the three-dimensional atlas of the moon. To make a three-dimensional atlas of moon. Chemical and mineralogical mapping of the entire lunar surface at a high resolution. So here to find the elements of matter on the moon. So what are the elements present here? Magnesium, aluminum, silicon, calcium, iron, titanium, radium, uranium and thallium. These are the elements present in that moon. The impact of a sub-satellite, that is Moon Impact Probe, that is MIP, that is nothing but Moon Impact Probe, on the surface on the moon as a forerunner to future soft landing mission. So this is to find the possibilities of water on the moon, to find the element of the matter on the moon, to search the existence of helium-3 also, to study about the evolution of the solar system. These are the objectives of Chandrayaan. Let us see achievements of Chandrayaan-1. India's first indigenous mission to the moon without technological assistance from US or Russia. This is an important one. So this is a first satellite without helping of other countries. India became self-reliant in space technology. Right? MIP places Indian flag on the moon. So India becomes the fourth nation to place a flag on the moon after the Soviet Union, United States and Japan. Right? So estimated cost of the project is $80 million, a fraction of those sent by NASA, ESA or Russia, giving India a cost advantage for commercial deals. Demonstrate the capability of Indian scientists in planning complex tasks such as moon missions. So the discovery of presence of water molecule in the lunar soil. Chandrayaan-1 confirmed that the moon was completely molten once. So gets India a stake in the land and minerals of the moon. The source of the mission gives India a platform to launch a manned mission to the moon in a time of 5 to 6 years. A recent study on the objectives of Chandrayaan-1 shows that it has already met with more than 95% of the objectives and it has beamed back 40,000 images in the span of 75 days. Chandrayaan-1 has recorded images of the landing site of the US spacecraft Apollo 15 and Apollo 11. These are the achievements of Chandrayaan-1. Do you understand, students? Students, do you know who is he? He is our Indian scientist, Dr. Mailswamy Annadurai. So, Mailswamy Annadurai, by name Moon Man, is an Indian scientist working as Vice President of Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, and held a number of posts with the Indian Space Research Organization, including the directorships of the URRS satellite. During his 36 years of service in ISRO, he had some of the major contributions, including two of the major missions of ISRO, namely Chandrayaan-1 and Mangalyaan. So, he is a director of Chandrayaan-1. So, he has served as the project director of Chandrayaan-1 and Mangalyaan also. He has also made significant contribution to the cost-effective designs of Chandrayaan. So Dr. Annadurai was awarded Padma Shri in 2016 by Government of India. Right? So he is our scientist. So he is a Tamilan also. Alright? So this is very proud of us. Students, do you understood about this lesson? Right. I hope all are understood about this lesson. Next we move to evaluation for this session. Define galaxy. What is astronomy? What are celestial objects? What are cryogenic fuels? Write the achievements of Chandrayaan 1. Students, write the answer for all these questions in your notebook. Thank you.